Thank you, friend. Shabbat Shalom and greetings to you all. This week is the festival of miracles. Hanukkah, you say? No. Purim. The other miracle holiday, the one that preceded Hanukkah by about 300 years and was truly the miracle of miracles. The holiday that calls for the most intense celebrating of any Jewish holiday. Now they say, according to the Talmud, a person is required to drink until he cannot tell the difference between the cursed Haman and the blessed Mordechai. Though opinions differ as to exactly how drunk that is, and whether it's even a requirement. You'll also hear it referred to as a minor holiday, but by that distinction of major and minor, it's not about importance. As I've said, it's about whether they were mentioned in the Bible or not. Major holidays are biblical holidays, minor ones are not. And the two most famous minor holidays are Purim and Hanukkah, added hundreds of years later, and both share the distinction of being about miracles. Now, the holiday centers around hearing the Megillah of Esther, which is a classic statement of anti-Semitism, perhaps the first written anywhere. And I invite you all to keep your dial on this channel and enjoy the Megillah of Esther, which I've recorded for your pleasure. And of course, Megillah just means book. Esther 3:8. Haman then said to King Ahasuerus, there's a certain people, scattered and dispersed among the other peoples in all the provinces of your realm, whose laws are different from those of any other people, and who do not obey the king's laws. It is not your majesty's interest to tolerate them. Haman, the Persian prime minister, second only to the king, is saying, because the Jews are different, they must be suspect. Now, this type of reasoning has again and again throughout history, Jewish or otherwise, been the unwarranted rationale for senseless persecution. This is a tale as old as time. When will we learn? When will we accept each other? We're all from the same source. And the names are well-known names. The king in this book of Esther, King Ahasuerus, is King Xerxes of Persia. We all know him. Mordechai, the hero of the story, is actually the Babylonian king of the gods, Marduk. And Esther, the heroine, is the Babylonian queen of the gods, Ishtar. If you get nothing else from it, understand that it is a miracle story, a stopping of genocide, and a constant reminder that miracles do happen. Miracles happened then, and miracles continue to happen now. You just have to open your eyes and see them. The Bible, my friends, is a series of stories of miracles. And it's a reminder that miracles occur around us all the time. Now, the book of Esther is not only one of the great miracle stories, it's also one of the great love stories. So join us for the great reading, and do not forget the 4 things you're encouraged to do on this holiday. Perform acts of tzedakah, which is charity and kindness. Give gifts to the less fortunate. Honor the appointed time. 14th of Adar, as the book of Esther tells us. We're to remember the days of Purim for all generations, so it's held annually, and has been for 2,500 years. Hear the Megillah read. The whole Megillah. The Megillah is the Hebrew word for scroll or book. And, of course, I will be reading the Megillah of Esther on our YouTube channel. And it's already been recorded, so it's not too long. So you can go and listen or watch anytime you'd like. And if you don't see it or hear it on Purim, it's okay. It really is a great story. So make it an anytime event. And enjoy a holiday meal. It's celebratory. So have a great time. And it is one of those holidays where you are expected to become inebriated and projecting of another persona. And if so, do not drive. Be responsible. But of course, this year, people will not be getting together the way they would have in normal years. So do your best to still celebrate. It is an amazing story. And it was celebrated, like I say, for 2,500 years now. As people don costumes worldwide, they gather, they celebrate. It's like we gather and celebrate the collective consciousness of seekers showing faith, any faith, and love as a community. A chavura, fellowship, expressing our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes. It unites us all in this community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay, and we're all suffering from fear. So once again, go ahead, invite everybody you know, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever way you can, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov. שבט אחים גם יחד, הנה בטוב. How good, how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. Together. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Do it together, my friends. Remember, this is you're setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It is your goodwill. Let's take some time now. Send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing energy, whoever you know that needs it. Healing and renewal. It's about renewal for everybody. It flows through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everybody you love. So think of whoever that needs healing, renewal, and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world, the tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Let's send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. For Terry and Mary, for Ursula, for Helen, for Lori, for Peter and Yofi, who was great to hear from, for Kay, Snoopy, for Adam, for Elmo, for the bee. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, the goodwill and love we all send out. It just circles the world, finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Source of strength. Bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal as He's healed before. Mishaberach, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal and goodwill energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. So take a few minutes, share goodwill with the world, and stop by to celebrate a holiday that was built on the roll of a dice. You always won every time you placed a bet. You're still damn good. No one's got to you yet. Every time they were sure they had you caught, you were quicker than they thought. You just turn your back and walk. You always said cards would never do you wrong. The trick you said was never play the game too long. Gamblers share the only risk that you would take, only loss you would forsake, only bluff you couldn't fake. And you're still the same. Now, two of the most important Jewish holidays are built on the roll of the dice. Now, when you're finished enjoying the great celebration, come back down to earth. Join me in reading this week's second half of ritual accoutrements and creation of the priestly class to care for them, to manage the relationship between God and man. But the idea of God and the world and all mankind has begun to be rearranged and replaced with the relationship between God and those who've struggled with God. And that'll further segment to the relationship defined by origin and place. It does not minimize or remove God as the single energy of creation of all. It emphasizes the establishment of rules and rituals, open to any, as we read, tetzavah, you shall command. Now, as I said, this week's list is a continuation of the great stuff needed to support spiritual practice. Look at the continuing list of great stuff. The oil for the lamp that we heard about last week, the vestments for the priesthood, the breastplate of Aaron, Exodus 27:20. And you shall command the children of Israel that they shall bring clear pressed olive oil to you for the light, to keep up a lamp always. The tent of meeting outside the pavilion that is over the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall arrange it from evening until morning in front of the Lord, an eternal law through the generations from the children of Israel. Now, the oil for the menorah and the actual instructions for the ner tamid, the everlasting light, seen in every synagogue and church the world over, everlasting, that its truth shall burn for eternity. But not that it, as a fire, never go out. It was to be lit every evening and burn through the night. But a lot of people think that it meant it was always on as everlasting, but no. Instead, it was to always be a beacon of hope, a light of life and love in dark and troubled times. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side when times get rough and friends just can't be found. Like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down. The spiritual connection could and should always be your bridge over troubled waters. We're then told a new order was being created, the priests and the priesthood. Exodus 28:1. And you bring Aaron, your brother, forward to you and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, for him to function as a priest for me. Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar, Aaron's sons. Instead of caretakers, they are about to create the most divisive force in history, the most sought-after position throughout history. And we're going to see and experience its actual creation. In about a week or so, we're going to sit through the initiation and ordination, a powerful and special moment, of which I've had the pleasure of undergoing throughout history. No position is more desired than that of being part of God's Praetorian Guard. It don't come easy. No, it don't come easy. Gotta pay your dues if you want to sing the blues. And it don't come easy. You don't have to shout or leave a bound. You can even play the music. Forget about the past and all your sorrow. The future won't last. It will soon be over tomorrow. Now, membership to this elite group was never easy. It's still not easy. We received instructions for the house of worship and its objects, now a group to care for it, and the vestments to adorn them with, distinguish them, to continue the theme of separation and division that the whole Bible began with. Exodus 28:2. And you shall make holy clothes for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty. Clean shirt, new shoes, and I don't know where I'm going to. Silk suit, black tie, I don't need a reason why. They come running just as fast as they can, because every girl screams a sharp dressed man. I remember when that video came out. I'm not so sure that song would even get recorded today. But look at the words we just read, for glory and for beauty. Beauty inspires. Building beautiful places for the practice of religion or spiritual things is a valuable thing. Of course, this should not mean building great structures or organizations at the expense of the starving masses, nor does it mean focusing on the outer trappings and missing the content and spirit that they serve, something that perhaps has not been so adhered to. No, there has to be balance, wisdom. We must recognize the value of art and beauty, the building, the priest's clothes, the music, the smells, the taste. Religion is not the enemy of the senses. It has learned to be sensual, to appeal and to incorporate all the things that bring us pleasure. And with the priesthood, two magical items lost in the corridors of history, one well known and one a truly mystical creation. The first, the famous breastplate of Aaron, adorned with the symbol of the 12 tribes, Exodus 28:15. You shall make a breastplate of judgment, designer's work, like Gucci or something. You shall make it like the work of the ephod. You shall make it gold, blue, purple, scarlet, woven linen. It shall be square, and when doubled, its length a span, and its width a span. And you shall put a mounting of stones in it, 4 rows of stones, a row of carnelian, a topaz, an emerald, the one row. The second row, a ruby, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, a jacinth, an agate, an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They shall be set in gold in their mountings, and the stone shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 with their names. They shall be signet engravings, each with its name for 12 tribes. We close our eyes and we could see it in front of us, the great breastplate of Aaron. The other, the Urim and Thummim, one of the less than a handful of methods of direct communication with God. Exodus 28:30. And you shall put the Urim and the Thummim on the breastplate of judgment, and they shall be on Aaron's heart when he comes in front of the Lord. And Aaron shall carry the judgment of the children of Israel on his heart in front of the Lord always. We've pondered them forever. What are these things? They have something to do with inquiring of God for an answer to a question. They may contain letters that spell out long answers. They may provide only a yes or no. They may provide a third option and no response. We don't know. Like an ancient 8-ball. The purpose of the device is purely oracular. Ask and receive an answer. They're mentioned 4 times in the Torah and then never again in history until the narrative of Ezra and Nehemiah, where it's noted that answers through the Urim and Thummim were not available. All we know is there was a belief that it was possible to ask questions of God and get a direct answer. This was done through a priest, not through a prophet. It was a mechanism other than prophecy to learn the will of God. And it is known as a practice only in Israel's earliest era. And equally famous, but not overly talked about, but depicted in art and iconography everywhere, Exodus 28:34, a golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate on the robe's skirts all around, a golden bell and a pomegranate. The great symbol of the pomegranate, the plenty, the fruit of Eden. Yes, the world is sacred, my friends, and so is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light and all who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace, freedom for everyone, and end to terror and hatred. Remember, we are a community, my friends. We learn together. We celebrate each other. We love each other. We share this ride together. Men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. And please do learn to forgive and learn to love, including yourself, maybe more than anything yourself. Open your hearts, honor the relationships of your life, tell those you love that you love them, and take advantage of the time you have. Enjoy the journey, my friends. We take the twists and turns and the patterns that weave through the fabric of our lives in our effort to grow, to learn, to be, to love. So please do love. Now, bless you all. Have a fantastic week. A week of love and light, a week of peace, a week of miracles. Examine your intention and use them to imprint your will on the universe. We set in motion everything that happens in our lives, our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. Everything is linked. As I've said, you always have time to forgive and to be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness, but do so with sincerity, with accountability and vulnerability. Forgive those who you've hurt. You learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. So do not stop your journey. Do not stop moving towards your promised land. Keep on dreaming, keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining, keep teaching, keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. And remember to have faith, an unwavering adherence to principle, just as I have faith in the principle of love in all of you. Act with purity of heart and mind. Despise none, defraud none, hate none. Cherish all. Honor every child of God, every creature of the earth. May all people know peace in this year. And may you nurture kindness and love everywhere you go. So work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind. Because the deepest source of your real power lies in your consciousness, in your ability to be mindful, congruent, aware, present in all of life's circumstances. Make the most of your time in this life. Continue to touch and transform lives around you, because you're never alone. You're forever blessed and have the ability to bring blessings to everybody you meet. Health, love, and renewal to everybody you come across. We're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. Your words are your power to transform, to love, to bless. So be generous, bless others. In doing so, you bless yourself. And love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger, and be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. And continue to explore faith and belief in what they mean for you. Every one of us has a different concept. And never accept shame as a natural state, because whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We actually help each other. We're each of us trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives. Find them. Tell them what they mean, and remember, you're never alone on your journey to your promised land. Right? Keep forgiving those you need to forgive. Keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. And remember, give from the heart and celebrate and see the miracles of your life. And if you have difficulty seeing them, think of the love that you have. Now, that is one of the greatest miracles we all have. Love is the great dance of life, my friends. Shall we dance? On a bright cloud of music, shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye? Or perchance the last little star has left the sky? Shall we still be together with our arms around each other? You be my new romance. On the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Now, thank you for joining me, my friends. Enjoy the Book of Esther. Project to the world who you want to be. Have a great week. Keep sharing the light. Practice forgiveness. Be thankful. Be gracious. Be kind. Be loving. Believe in yourself and spread a little goodwill to the world. And be the miracle in someone's life. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care. Bye.